Hello, my recorder, and those who would listen to this video, if ever. So last night, I was thinking, why not be positive? And why not have hope and be positive? Look at the bright side of everything. When things are ruined, so what's in there for us in pain? And what's the use of all this breaking down? So actually, I was so restless that I couldn't take 1 second without Mr. Shah. And I didn't know what to do. So I ended up going to her house and disturbing that poor lady too. And then hope, even if Imam Ali alayhi salam had to come in my dream and tell me, be hopeful, I would get up resenting him. And that's what I did. Because I think I wasn't accepting, I was looking for miracles, praying to God, oh Almighty God, everything is possible. Today Mr. Shah can come back. Right now. Now is the time. Now is in your hands. You can turn it all around for us. And prayer is a powerful tool. God hears our prayers. And because later I read this book about, I don't know what it was about, but it was by Robert Schuller. And it was this thing he had written on Jesus Christ. He is a pastor, and so is his son. So whether his son had written or he himself had written, there's Robert A. Schuller and Robert Schuller. If you have Jesus Christ in your life and love in your heart, you can be sure, no matter what the problem is in your life, you can be sure of one thing. And that thing is that you can rise above this problem. You can turn it around. You can make it good and things like that. I mean, I cannot remember his quote verbatim, the ending especially, of how you can make your scars into stars. And I'm talking about this because last night, yes, there's this positive thing also, a lane which takes you into the positive, great attitude. If you can, come to terms with or see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this is what was asked to me last night. Why can't I do this? Why can't I see a positive thing in this? So, but in my separation years with Mr. Shah, I couldn't see any positive. thing in this. It was so painful. So when Ms. Desa told me, take a moment at a time, and it was way back after so many years, 1989. So all the psychologists, therapies, and were not working. Self-help books were not working until and unless you face the problem. First thing is to accept what's happened and whether you can change this or whether you can not change it, but you can change yourself, change your heart. Let go of this family member whom you loved and you cared for. And no. But I believe in God, and God is so miraculous. And if we have love, and if we meet in the name of God, I couldn't understand. She is also a believer, a firm believer in God. She goes to church. She's so disciplined. She prays in the night, novenas, rosary, and she goes to church every day. Every day she used to go to church, get up at, I know that she would open her balcony door at 6:15 in the morning, go to the Karachi American School, and then from there go to Aga Khan Nursing School, and then come back, go to church, and then have her catechumenic prayers, and at night 9 o'clock have her novenas, rosaries. And Jesus Christ has said, before you give your gift to God at the altar of God, go and make peace and reconcile with your loved one, your brother, your friends, whoever you've had a bitter, bad, or discord with. Otherwise, all these prayers and gifts will not be accepted by God. First, go and make peace with your brother, whom you have a discord with. So, Karachi American School, what did they want? An independent girl? Excuse me, we are not independent. Whether we are Muslims, Indians, Hindus, Jews, or Christians. I will always depend on God, my prayers, and somebody here. I'm looking for good people to depend on, to trust, to make a society, to live in a society, a good society, healthy society. We need loving, kind, compassionate, understanding hearts. And we have to work together. Whether you're selling yourself to an unreligious company where you will work, you have to cooperate there, and you cannot fall into discords with your boss or with your fellow colleagues over there. You have to cooperate, have to. Otherwise, you're out of the unreligious company. that you're working for. So these magic words of Mr. Shah, take a moment at a time. They worked for me, but I couldn't make any future goals because I was too tired, too burnt up with my emotions. I felt that I didn't have a heart to give anymore because my heart was broken. I couldn't give. So I couldn't breathe. I couldn't eat without Mr. Shah. The taste of my food, there was no taste in my food. Oh yes, and Dr. Robert Schuller's book, Hope Against Hope. Oh yes, and he's the author of Tough Times Never Last. Robert H. Schuller. So tough times never last, but tough people do. Anyways, I had to kick out this hope and praying to God for love's sake. And if two people are believers, I hadn't even read this in the Bible, didn't know that this verse existed in the Bible. But I thought, and through my heart's thinking, firstly I thanked God and the universe that there's only one God. If there were many gods, if Ms. Disa believed in a different God and I believed in a different God, then there would be a problem. But we believed in the same God, and so why wasn't this working? Why couldn't she come back? So in 1989, she gave me, this is now, I'm saying 1989 because this is the last year of our meetings and going there and disturbing this poor lady. So she told me that our friendship is dead. That's why. Love is there. She said that she loved me. So I said, if you love me, I couldn't understand. If you love someone, how can you do this to someone and not open your doors? Jesus said. And I was there once, giving the sermon of Jesus Christ. So the friendship is dead. You give a glass of water to a stranger, a thirsty stranger, and it's like giving it to Jesus Christ. What did he say? He said, the least of my brethren, you do it to me. Jesus Christ said this. To a stranger, to a homeless, if you give food, if you let them in, say hello to them, you do it to me. I was hungry, you gave me food. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was sick, you visited me. I was naked, you clothed me. Whoever does this to the least of my brethren does it to me.